Hey, Cade, thanks for taking time out of your busy day, coming on and having a chat.
Hell yeah, man, I'm super pumped. Thank you for letting me come on your channel, dude.
So, Cade, I know you've touched on the glasses before, but can you give everyone a quick overview of where they came from?
So I do NFT YouTube. I'm in the industry with you, and I needed something catchy with my thumbnails. And so when I was doing this Halloween bit, I got a bunch of masks from Goodwill. I bought like 20 of them, and I ran out, and I just used these multiple times, like 2 or 3 extra times, and people liked them. And then I found if I did a thumbnail and lined it up with the light, it reflected and created like just a little of a cool thumbnail and kind of just iconic. And so I sort of just stuck with it. And now it's perfect for any time I do custom avatars or anything. I can just say, hey, if you want to do a custom one, just throw these glasses on and they'll kind of know it's me. And so I love it. I love it. I wear these all the time. They're real sunglasses. I wear these on walks if it's too sunny. So
The thing that I like about this, and it kind of ties into what you also say people should be doing, which is like building a brand. You've built a brand and you've got like kind of the glasses is part of that like visual brand, visual trademark. Why are you such a big advocate of people kind of building a brand and teaching people to kind of build a brand?
Well, I saw a lot of people trying to sell, and I watched a lot of influencer people have incredible success, and I've been studying YouTubers forever, watching which ones make it, which ones don't. Like, how come Bradley Martin has survived the fitness industry since 2013 and has rebranded himself every couple years to stay relevant, to the point where he's just a lifestyle YouTuber selling merch. And I just kind of watched how they did it, and I realized it's brand. Like, brand is the answer. When you have a strong brand, you don't got to sell. People will come to your back for you. And like right now I'm seeing that success with my brand, like with my NFTs right now. If the floor dips under half an Ethereum on my little art NFTs, they get gobbled up every time. And I'm like, holy crap, like that's from people just with me. And I realized that that's all you really need to do. And the problem with that is it takes a little bit of time. I mean, I built this little brand of mine, in the NFT space, at least since September, October when I started, but I was going every day, posting 1 to 2 times a day for 4 months now, or 5 months. And like, that's kind of the work that went into it. And so people who come into this space and they're trying to sell art, unless you get lucky and you just happen to find a collector who just f***s with your art and doesn't care who you are, the chances of you selling out a collection of your rabbit is like 0.
Now, look, this sounds so Gary Vee-like, but would you say that he's an inspiration or someone that's kind of been in the back of your mind when it comes down to kind of your journey in pushing content?
Dog, Gary Vee, Tom Bilyeu, mindset. The people, I watched all these YouTubers for so long to get their mindsets. I heard in a podcast with Christian Guzman, he was like, I used to watch these YouTubers to get their mindset, and I realized that that's what I've been doing this whole time. I've been watching, just taking in everything and internalizing it and just deciding. I was like, you know what? Gary Vee's right every time. Like, maybe I'll just give this a go. And so like I just started doing that. And a year ago exactly that I started doing my podcast. And that was from him repeating over and over and over again, yo, just put out content, just do content, just do it, just film it, just film it, just film it. And eventually I was like, okay, fine. And so, I would go on these rants sometimes in my room to nobody. And I was like, I'll just put a camera up, did a podcast. And I said, oh, this is dope. And so I started doing that. And I started watching him a lot. He started to influence me a little bit. He's like, go after your dreams, go after your dreams, go after your dreams. And I'm working as a server at the time. And I was like, you know what? I got like 5K. I can go do something here. And so I was about to go do it. Dogecoin had a ramp up, cashed on a bunch of Dogecoin. And I said, okay, this is it. I'm going to make my move. Went and did a travel thing, had a bunch of depression. So I keep watching Tom Bilyeu, keep watching Gary Vee to just get the mindset and just grind through it. And so I would say, dude, like Gary Vee is the epitome of like the brand, because he's right. I mean, it is correct. Like, you build the brand and you don't have to do anything else. And I found out that there's so many people in this space, and NFTs or not, that basically use Gary Vee's formula. And whether or not they say it was because of Gary Vee or whether it was because of Gary Vee was right, and it works. And so I love him. I love everything he's about. And so I would say he's a huge influence.
Like, I definitely say on the back of that, Gary Vee has an influence for me. I've watched him sort of a few years now, since about sort of 2017. And the idea of kind of like just putting in those reps, creating that content, putting out work, you'll eventually build that influence, you'll build that brand, which then gives you an opportunity to actually do something. And like, what's crazy is that people will kind of hit me up with a snail with a hat NFT, and they'll be like, hey, cool, can you promote this? And it's just strange, because it's like, if they just spent 2 or 3 months kind of actually working on the brand, like themselves as an artist or them as a marketer, whatever it is, they'll then be able to have people that will want to buy what they're selling because they've built up this brand, but they're coming in like at this totally wrong. And on the flip side, it's the same thing with people grinding. People will grind a server for 2-3 months to try to get onto that project when they could have spent that 2 or 3 months building up their brand so that they could then DM those projects that they would have been grinding in and kind of reach out and go, hey, I really like what you're doing, and then try to negotiate a whitelist spot. It's so crazy.
They will, and people don't see the work we put in. Like people, I wish I had been vlogging this at the time, and that's why I try and document literally everything. I try and do monthly episodes of my podcast where I just say, okay, I'm just going to start talking to the camera. I don't even know where it's going to go, and I just freestyle a little bit. And when I first started with my Discord, I sold out my NFT collection, pure luck. I didn't even know what I was doing at the time. It was back early in the summer, like June or July or something. And I was like, okay, I'm just going to make an NFT collection. I'm a good photographer. I've got cool pictures. Put it up. Just happened to get picked up by Fidel after I was shilling it. And the night before he bought it and tweeted it, and it like sold out and everything, I set up my Discord, I set up my Twitter, I set up all my socials to look like someone who is like worthy of following, basically. And the next day just happened to be that it picked up. I got a sold out collection. I got 20 people who joined in my Discord, or 10 or 20 people or whatever. And I remember that was the kickoff. I was like, oh my God, I have 10 people who with me, and this is my moment. And so I built that. People don't realize, like, when you're building anything at the beginning, there's nothing. Like when I had a YouTube channel at the beginning, there was 6 subscribers. There was nobody watching my videos. I was lucky if I broke 20 views, 3 likes. I was happy. And so that's how you do it. You build from the inside out. You build the rapport. You grow. You increase value. You try and bring something different in your Discord or in your community that you can't get anywhere else. And if you can provide that, you're taking dubs. And it might take a while. And that was the other thing Gary Vee pumped into my head. Just like, be patient, like, grind hard and go all in. But remember, in the macro, it's going to take a long time. And so I kind of just accepted that. I was like, look, I'm not gonna go full time on YouTube till I'm at 100K. That's probably 3 or 4 years down the line. And I accepted that. And as soon as I accepted it, that's when the success started to roll in.
One thing that I've noticed is that you just like move different. I put out a video with like sort of top influencers in the NFT space, a video, and you kind of crept in at the back. And I feel like new people to the space might not click and understand it, but people that have been in the space and kind of have moved around before, they'll understand that you do move different. And this kind of echoes back to what Gary Vee was saying, like he's playing for a long-term legacy, and it feels like you're kind of playing for something longer term. You're not in it for like the short gains or the short flips. Like, what is your long-term play?
I remember when I was in middle and high school, I never had friends. Well, I had friends, but no one who actually cared. I feel like I always felt like I was the one who would put in all this work and then not get invited to the birthday party kind of thing. I was always that kid. And so I was always like, man, I love these YouTubers. I love that they make videos, and I feel like prioritized almost. Like they're making this video for me, basically, it felt like. And I remember thinking, there's some great YouTubers, but almost none of them are posting every day. And I was kind of like annoyed because I was like, you don't have to post a full YouTube video. You can post a little story, a tweet or something, and just like keep engaged. And I remember multiple times where I didn't have any consistency in my life, that I needed something to be consistent. I need someone to show up. And sometimes it was YouTubers. And I remember thinking, if I ever got the chance, and I've been doing YouTube since 2009. If you scroll on my main channel, you can scroll all the way down to like 2009. I have soccer videos, I have tutorials, I have fitness videos, I have all these different things. And I remember thinking, if I ever caught the algorithm, if I ever got a community, I didn't even know what Discord was, but if I ever got a community, I would like foster that so much, and I would spend like 99% of my energy there. And so I came in from that angle of wanting to be different and offer something different, but also I come in from an entertainment angle. I come in from a YouTuber angle, and I think there's a lot of NFT YouTubers right now who see the NFT side, and they come in from an NFT YouTuber standpoint, which is great. It's dope. That's just not what I want. I want to come in as an entertainer. That's why I made a video called "What NFTs Taught Me About Sex." I made a video. I'm making a video like vlog style stuff. I want to do different kinds of content that are more entertainment, so I can bring in people from different angles, because I saw that when I watched Logan Paul, Jake Paul, the Full Send, these online social media people who are like 25, 26, early mid 20s, and I was like, damn, bro, these guys just, I don't even know how they did it. They just made some crazy happen. This guy's on Air Force One talking to the president. Logan Paul's fighting Floyd Mayweather. How is that possible? And I realized, if you're at the top of the game in whatever niche you're in, you get to start talking to other people in different niches. And I said, oh, so if I become one of the best podcasters, a conversation with Elon Musk is possible. A conversation with the prime minister or someone is possible if there's something that I offer. And so that's kind of where I see. I don't really look at the short term as much. It is hard though sometimes, because there's YouTubers flying past me right now with views and subscribers, and it does stink to see. But I guess I know that I will be here, and I'm not reliant on a bull market to keep me relevant. I'm just going to remain relevant because that's my job. So I guess that's like a long, short answer.
So you've currently got 2 collections out, and you're kind of teasing a third. I've seen it on TikTok and things like that. Can you explain where you're going with the third collection?
Yeah. So my NFTs, I have 2 photography sets collections that I launched back in the summer, like I said earlier, and those started as just NFTs, just to see what I was doing. And then I looked back and I was like, hey, I kind of have a strong brand here. People are buying my NFTs, even though there wasn't any utility at the beginning. And I was like, you know what? I have an opportunity here because I am proud of those collections. They are very important pieces of my life, the most transformative months of my life, basically. And to have those documented and have it to be that the Joy Age is the first collection, just by chance that my brand became the Joy Age Kingdom. And then I have the prequel, and I said, okay, well, I can't not make the sequel. I have to make the sequel, whatever that's going to be. And so, yeah, the first collection is a 20-piece photography collection. The second one's a 26-piece collection. And the next one will probably be somewhere around that. And I was supposed to make a 4th one. I don't think that's going to happen because these are my access keys. These are my V friends for Gary Vee. Except there's going to be way less because I want it to be intimate. I want it to be really, really, really exclusive. I want to do some crazy and the things I've said for my holders, the reason the floor is so high on them is because I've kind of I'm so open and communicative with them, and I'm wanting to create a brand that is long term. Then this is your opportunity to buy stock in me, and there's only going to be a limited amount. I want to do crazy. I want to buy like an Airbnb in Hawaii or something and fucking have it for free for all those holders. All they have to do is like sign up. And I want to do some weird things like fly out their whole family, go to Disney World, just crazy in real life things to spice up life. And my goal for my collections and my brand is to get people to wake up, and if they don't have anything, to have one place they can go, whether that's my Discord to say good morning and feel part of a community. That's what I want. And for my holders, I want them to wake up and have something to look forward to if they don't, because there's been so many times in my life where there's nothing stable. And I'm like, man, if I just had one thing to be part of, that would make my life so much easier and I would have more fun. And so, yeah.
Thanks for coming on and giving an insight about you. And what I also kind of liked is like the peeling back of the mindset and mentality you have when kind of being in this space and moving forward in this space.
Yeah, 100%, dude. Yeah, man, I mean, I love NFTs so much. I think when I first started, I was doing the degen stuff like we all do, lost all my money. And then after a while, I made some money back and I was like, you know what? I can't do this forever. Like, this is impossible. I'm never going to be able to like make this a career. I can't flip for a career. I'm not that good. And I was like, you know what? I have something else here I can offer. I think this NFT space is bigger than I think. And I don't even think I can wrap my head around what it's going to be in 10 years, because every 2 months I look back and go, damn, that's what we were covering 2 months ago. Like, that's what we were in, the reality we were in. I'm just thinking fast forward 5 years, if I can just continue to build and offer value and connect with people like yourself, like Tom, like Corey, like some of these other big YouTubers that are coming up, and I'm sure there will be some more that are going to be dope, then it's going to be a fun time. Like, it's going to be a fun time in a few years. And I would hate to get to the top, to win YouTube, achieve my goal, and not have fun, not have connections, not be friends with people, not be able to fly to Australia and be like, yo, I'm at the pub down the street, let's hang out, kind of thing. So, yeah.
Well, thanks, Cade. Thanks for taking time out of your busy day and coming on.
Hey, man, I appreciate it. Joy's Kingdom forever. NFT Nate, go subscribe to him. Subscribe to all the NFT people. He's one of the best in the business. I only watch a couple YouTubers, and you're one of them, man. I love your videos.